Hannah here, and Scott, otherwise known as Captain Wide Awake, because it's some kind of ridiculous past his bedtime time in the evening, and he is wide awake. Right, I like to cosplay. This is going to be my cosplay video log because in October we're going to go to MCM again, and I usually do one cosplay to last us the entire weekend. One for me, one for my Wookiee, and one for my baby Wookiee. But this time I'm going to do one cosplay each on Friday, a different one on Saturday, a different one on Sunday. That's going to be interesting, isn't it? And I've got a lot to do. I don't know if any of you were at MCM in May, which is just last weekend actually, because I'm doing this the weekend after. We were cosplaying as Plants vs. Zombies. He was my sunflower. I don't know if any of you saw us. Didn't find many pictures on Facebook from it, which I'm slightly annoyed about, but we got enough. The year before that we did Professor Layton, hence the hat. I was Emmy Altava, and that was just after I'd found out I was pregnant with this one. I actually found out when I was 6 months instead of 5 weeks, like most people do. He's waving. I'd already started making the Emmy cosplay, and I'd bought this pattern for a yellow coat thing, and then I found out I was pregnant and realised that I was just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, because by the time it came to May I was like 6.5 months, maybe 7. I left it to the last minute anyway, trust me. I hastily had to run down to H&M and buy a white shirt that kind of looked like it and then dye it, and it turned out pretty okay. Then the year before that I was just on my own as Bulbasaur, because that was my very, very first cosplay. That was October a couple of years ago. I made this weird kind of bulb thing out of paper and poster board and all kinds of rubbish things that didn't really work very well, but yeah, this time I'm gonna do basically 9 different cosplays before October, plus I'm going to be modding his pram as well to look like various things. So it's actually kind of going to be 11 different projects I'm taking on here. On the Friday, we are going to be recycling our Professor Layton costume, because I think this hat was one of my best pieces of work. And it would be nice to get that out again and show it off a bit. I'll probably end up still wearing my Emmy maternity coat. Maternity clothes are comfy. We will have to make this little guy into Luke as well, so that's going to be a new thing for us. Oh, he's getting heavy. We're going to have to redo quite a bit of stuff, because Tom's jacket was literally a black suit jacket that we covered in the same fabric as this, like tacking it on, and that was not the best thing, because then he had a job interview or something the day after, or I don't know, something important that he had to wear a suit from, so I'm going to need to do that a little bit better. Ease off. There you go. Off you go. I like making baby clothes because they're actually quite easy, and hopefully I'll be able to find some nice patterns online to make various things out of. On the Saturday we're going to be doing Firefly. This is mainly because last weekend Tom went to one of the graphic novel stalls with a guy who wrote, forgot what it's called. Twisted Dark. Thank you, Tom. Twisted Dark. And he said that he was wearing a cool hat, and you know, the year before he was wearing this, and then last weekend he was wearing this, which I think is a mighty fine job, except the black tape there, that's not very good. Here's my cat. Doesn't want to be online. He's fluffy. He's taking up the screen. Problem. There we go. Cool hat. Who's got a cool hat? Looking through my photos. Jane Cobb's got a cool hat. But I don't want to buy one of those ones that you can buy because they don't look scruffy enough. So I'm going to try and make my own, Tom's own Jane hat from Firefly. I am going to go as Inara because I feel her profession kind of speaks to me. No, it's because I think she's pretty. Scott's gonna go as like a little wash, and we're going to deck out his pram to look like... First we're going to deck it out to look like Serenity, but then looking at the picture of Serenity, it's probably undoable. Yeah, it's like... that's not actually going to fit in the hall. The reason we're taking the pram this time is because we were carrying him in a sling, which was hurting our shoulders, and we had to take it in turns, and it wasn't very cool. So pram it is, but there's no point just taking like a regular pram, it's just black and boring. Here he is again. He's going to be a little wash. We're going to get him some toy dinosaurs. It's going to be awesome. On the Sunday, we're going to do Stargate Atlantis. You don't see many Stargate Atlantis cosplayers. So I'm going to do a Wraith Queen, which is going to be fun because all the prosthetics and the all over. And yeah. Scott's going to be Lieutenant Colonel Shepard, and we're going to make the pram into the control chair from Atlantis. And Tom is going to be Ronan Dex, which is going to be really interesting because he doesn't have dreadlocks, and I've got to make a dreadlock wig, and that's going to be hard. And that's really the first thing that I'm going to be doing. I've ordered some Kanekalon hair kind of braid things, and hopefully they should be arriving next week, so I'll do kind of an unwrapping and start making the wig on here, which is kind of where I was going to be going with this vlog, is the progress in making all of those cosplays and the pram mods and everything just logged, kind of partly so I know what I'm doing and partly so you guys can share. The other thing this vlog is going to be about is losing weight. Everyone says that it doesn't matter about your weight when you're doing cosplay, and I understand that. I would be absolutely fine. I mean, I cosplayed as a zombie and they're like the thinnest things in the world. And I feel quite unhealthy. I've got a few medical problems that contribute to it as well. But honestly, we eat too many pizzas. We don't exercise enough. We need to get healthy anyway. So I'm going to use MCM in October as kind of a incentive almost to lose the weight. If I can get back to like a fairly reasonable size, then I will feel more confident. I will resemble a wraith a little bit more. Obviously I'm not going to lose too much weight. I'm also going to be talking about like nerdy stuff, talk about me a little bit. I'll do a kind of introduction to me and maybe in the next one or something. And the last thing really that I want to say is, if there's any other UK cosplayers that go to MCM in London or any other kind of cons around here that vlog on YouTube, I'd really like to meet you and subscribe to you, and we can kind of support each other, especially if you're starting out like I am as well. It would be nice to kind of get a little startup YouTube vlogging cosplay MCM community going. I am on the MCM Expo, just MCM Expo group I think, on Facebook. I have a group on Facebook which is called Cosplay Cons and Mental Health, which is a group for people who like to cosplay, go to cons, and also have some mental illnesses or some kind of mental health issues, which I'm only started yesterday, and it's already got like 90 people in the group, and it's really scary how fast that has gone. So shout out to you guys. You've already been absolutely awesome in helping people out and building quite a strong community even in a day. I'm so surprised. Thanks so much, guys. That's pretty much it for now. I will see you again soon, and ciao. Yeah.
Alright, Hannah, make us famous.
Famous!